Friends and family gather as founder and CEO CA Consultants Limited, Charles Akindayomi, launches his book, The Determined Father. In his book, Charles Akindayomi shares his experience as the father of an autistic son. For him and his wife Yinka, theirs has been a journey of discoveries, sacrifices, disappointments, pain and victories as they raised their son.
During our course of going abroad, looking for cure, both UK, we did a lot of tours in America. There's a lot of risk involved.
The chairperson of the occasion, former governor of Ogun State, Otunba Daniel, commends the author and his wife.
I can read you, I can feel you, and I can understand what you have done. And one thing one can say is to appreciate you, and appreciate you most sincerely. Akindayomi will become everything we want him to become. And on account of that, I'm here to provide support. I want to thank Yinka because I read in the book that for 6 months, she had to go and stay with him in the UK while you were managing at home. Oh, was it 3 years? I have to thank you because your husband is so handsome. How you left him for 3 years, I don't know.
Panelists and parents raising children with autism discuss and narrate their experiences. They call on the government to do more. The Lagos State Commissioner of Education, Honorable Folashade Adefisayo, says the government will continue to play its role in improving children's education.
My mantra is that in every child there is an A-star. I don't know what that A-star is, but my job as an educationist is to bring out that A-star. It doesn't have to be physics and further maths. It could be dancing. It could be sports. It could be singing. But there is an A-star. There's something in every child. There's a spark. It's my job to bring out that spark. So I think in Lagos State, we'll continue to work on improving what we have, expanding what we have, and listening at such occasions.
The Determined Father highlights not just the efforts of Charles and Yinka Akindayomi, but also the outcomes of their doggedness.
The book comes to a close with the epilogue that seems to be an analysis of his experience in raising an autistic child. And here, he attempts to share some lessons. In the afterword, Yinka, his co-traveler, on this journey of raising Akinyele, shares a few thoughts on the experience and commends her dear husband, his doggedness and resolve in confronting the situation, ending with a beautiful endorsement of the leadership role her husband played in the challenge of raising Akinyele. She describes him as a determined father who created a determined family.
Kids of the Children's Developmental Center CDC render their presentation. Indeed, there is no greater disability in society than the inability to see value in everyone. The chief launcher for the event, chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, commends the author and his wife.
As a father myself, I know about how a parent's heart can be interwoven emotionally and spiritually with that of his child. It's a connection that's intricate, and is the reason why a parent deeply feels the pains and frustrations of a child. One now sees that it gets more complex when the child has intellectual disabilities. Complex to the extent that it requires a particular set of character traits in the parent to handle the situation without breaking or worsening things. These traits include patience, faith, perseverance, love, and determination. Charles and Yinka obviously possess them all.
He leads children of CDC and guests to unveil the book.
1, 2, and 3.
The author shares how his experiences as the father of an autistic son have helped him discover the meaning of being a determined father. He calls on the government to pay attention to children with autism.
Now, Lagos State is now beginning to step up their ante by saying, oh, we are beginning to look at inclusive education, so that in a normal school, why don't you bring some children who requires special needs inside normal school, so that maybe by seeing other children that are normal and so forth, it might rub up and then improve their development and so forth. So the government needs to step up more on this.
Wife of the author, Akindayomi, shares the vision and mission of the Children's Developmental Center.
The idea of the center is to give support services to children and young adults that have developmental disabilities. And what does that mean? In the case of young children, we give therapy to the children, but allow those children to go to mainstream schools. So those children are included in regular schools, and we are the ones that give the speech therapy, the physiotherapy, the occupational therapy, and also help the children learn.
The new 162-page book offers parents raising children with developmental disabilities much-needed hope and inspiration.
And this is where we have to draw curtains on today's episode of Channels Book Club. As always, we'll be very delighted to get your feedback through any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumu. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.